How's it going home wherever you are? My name is TurBotFilms and welcome to the first impression series in Battlefield 4. In today's episode we're looking at the L96A1. So the L96A1, as it is supposed to be called, I guess. It's 96 makes more sense than 96. Whatever, it has, well, it's a China Rising weapon. It's not supposed to be out yet. I don't know. It's odd how that is released, but anyways. So I can't really get the high detail stats of symthic because they don't really have them yet. But I do have those simpler stats that are on battle log, which you can go into your loadout and then check compare up there, and you can see all the stats of all the weapons, and then just click one and you can see, right, so this thing is better in this situation and everything. And from what I can see, this is identical to the CSLR4, which is the first sniper rifle you unlock. It does look a little bit different, that's normal, and it does have the 8x scope from the beginning, so that's pretty good. But otherwise than that, it has the accuracy that is way better than the M40A5, which is the best sniper rifle in my opinion, but that is mine. And since this almost acts identical to it, I really like this thing. It's awesome, which you can see by how I use it. I usually play a bit different when I like a gun than when I am not used to it, and since I got used to this thing in like 5 seconds, it was very easy to actually adapt to it, so that wasn't a big problem for me. But as you might understand, there are better sniper rifles in the game than this one, and R61 is way better. It's probably one of the best rifles in the game, and since they're adding back Gold Magnum from Battlefield Bad Company 2, which I have never used since I didn't play that game, it's gonna be interesting, because that thing was actually one hit kill in Bad Company 2, if I remember hearing about it correctly. It was one hit kill like the 50 cals are now, but it's odd that that's coming back, so that's gonna be fun. But as I said, the SRR61 or the M98B is probably better choices than this gun. The 333-38 Recon is probably also better shows, because it has better hipfire and range than the L96A1. But, well, you have to use your preferences, and I do prefer this weapon over the other ones, because I really like the sound and the look of this thing. And those are basically my feelings on this thing, according to how it looks and sound. The handling of this thing, if you can call it that sounds more like I'm driving a car, but that doesn't really matter, is actually pretty good. The bullet drop is basically pretty much the same as the M40A5, and that thing I can actually use with the bullet drop, and I can actually adapt to using that a lot faster than I can like the SRR61, because the range is increased in that thing. And this has exactly the same range as the M40A5. So those are basically what I think, and after handling, the look of this thing. But that's it. So how should you run this thing? What attachments should you have? Well, you should probably use the rifle scope at 8x. The Ryad rifle scope, the hunter scope, or the ballistic scope are good for very, very long ranges. Then you can use the CLX6X scope, which is 6x, which is a bit shorter range, but it's good for more or less urban environments, let's say. As you can see, I'm playing on rogue transmission. 8x here is pretty good. And there is also the hunter and ballistic, which also works fine on this thing if you're on the other side of the radar dish with the rangefinder or the PLD. The PLD is probably worth shows on those longer distances, since the range of that thing is pretty short and not too far. You should probably have the accessory as the variable zoom or the rangefinder if you unlock that. That's like 140 kills, so that will take a while. The barrel, you should probably not have anything special on it. You can probably put a muzzle brake or a flash hider. The flash hider does nothing towards it in a bad way. The muzzle brake, of course, makes it the M40A5. Basically, the muzzle brake just makes that gun again looking a bit different. It basically is downs the accuracy from 100 to 80 again. You should also probably have the straight pull in your auxiliary. I think that's the auxiliary. But those are attachments, and of course you can choose your camo if you please. I don't really go with the camo on this thing because it already looks good enough. But those are my feelings. So that's it. So let's see, what can I do more with this thing before we end the video here? Yeah, right, I can talk about the changes in the variable zoom. Apparently the variables too has changed. I don't know if there's any other rifles that's changed up. I have only played with this thing. As you can see, it makes the area you see a bit smaller, which is odd. But hey, that's how it goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please press the subscribe button on screen, leave a like down below, and leave a comment. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.